Busy up your afternoons. Open house with Gloria Hunniford. Weekdays at the new time of 2:30 on 5.
And in half an hour, she's talking to the animals.
It's 2 o'clock. I'm Sarah Smith. England's World Cup opener against Tunisia kicked off half an hour ago, just as planned, despite trouble amongst fans in Marseille during the run-up to the game. French riot police were called up to quell violence among fans on their way to the ground, and a heavy police presence is also on standby inside the stadium. It follows yet another night of violence in the port area of the city. 49 people were arrested in the drunken rampage. And in the pitch itself, England have started positively. Scholes came closest to scoring in the 19th minute. The score at the moment is England 0, Tunisia 0. And we'll bring you full details of the stories from on and off the pitch in Marseille in 5 News at 7. Other headlines this afternoon. NATO warplanes took to the skies over the Balkans this morning. They've been taking part in a show of strength to persuade the Yugoslav president, Slobodan Milosevic, to end attacks on the people of Kosovo. TV companies are being urged to clamp down on violence and bad language in programmes broadcast before the 9 o'clock watershed. The Broadcasting Complaint Commission says viewers are increasingly alarmed by the contents of programmes on between 8 and 9 in the evening. And a quick look at the weather. In the north it will be cloudy with rain at times. In the south, heavy showers with some sunny intervals. Top temperature 17 degrees. That's it. We'll be back again just after 3:30.
Get 2 Italian women on the phone and you can't stop them talking.
He wants the money early.
But the conversation can be terrifying.
She's going to have to sort him out.
The wife.
I could put him in jail, prison.
The daughter.
My father asked me to do something, and I would.
Italian woman whose name is being
The godmother. Who really wears the trousers in the mob? The Deadly Mafia Women. Sunday, 28th of June on 5.
Now on 5 at its new regular time, 100% gold gives you a real alternative to the World Cup.
Welcome to 100% Gold. On the last edition, our champion elected to return to play his 6th game. So, number 1, what is your name?
Hello, I'm Stanley Prince from Hove in East Sussex.
Number 2, what is your name?
Hello, I'm Gabi Franz, originally from Germany, now living in Wimbledon.
And number 3, what is your name?
Hello, I'm Vincent Saunders from Shepherd's Bush in West London.
I'll ask 100 questions which you should answer by pressing the appropriate button in front of you. At the end of the game, whoever has scored the closest to 100% will be the champion. Good luck to you all. Today's competition begins now. Question 1. What is the name of the central tower of the Tower of London complex? A, the Red Tower, B, the White Tower, or C, the Blue Tower? The answer is B, the White Tower. Question 2. Tirana is the capital city of which European country? A, Albania, B, Macedonia, or C, Slovenia? The answer is A, Albania. Question 3. In the TV programme Mork and Mindy, through what part of his body would Mork often drink? A, finger, B, nose, or C, navel? It was A, finger. Question 4. In which year did Boris Becker first win the Wimbledon men's singles tennis title? A, 1985, B, 1986, or C, 1987? It was A, 1985. Question 5. Madrid and Athens are in the same world time zone. Is that true or false? It's false. Athens is 1 hour ahead. Question 6. Who is supporting the body of the dead Christ in Michelangelo's statue, Pieta? A, Mary Magdalene, B, the Virgin Mary, or C, Joseph of Arimathea? The answer is B, the Virgin Mary. Question 7. Who of the following is a Spanish operatic soprano? A, Victoria de Los Angeles, B, Victoria de San Francisco, or C, Victoria de San Diego? It's A, Victoria de Los Angeles. Question 8. Which grass crop, primarily grown for hay, is also known as cat's tail? A, Cecil, B, William, or C, Timothy? It's C, Timothy. Question 9. Which of the following comes from the Gaelic for pursued man and was used to mean Irish outlaw? A. Tory, B. Whig, or C. Fenian? It's A. Tory. Question 10. Followers of Confucianism worship the same deity as Buddhists, but believe in the Taoist interpretation of heaven. Is that true or false? It's false. They believe in neither. After 10 questions, the percentage of correct answers given so far is as follows. Gabi has 50%, Vincent has 60%, and Stanley has 70%. Question 11. Who played the role of Paul in the 1972 film Last Tango in Paris? A. Marlon Brando, B. Warren Beatty, or C. Henry Fonda? It was A. Marlon Brando. Question 12. For what reason did the Monte Carlo car rally of 1974 not take place? A. Bad weather, B. The fuel crisis, or C. Lack of interest? It was B. The fuel crisis. Question 13. Patrick Manson and Ronald Ross were the first to prove the cause of which disease? A. Malaria, B. Typhoid, or C. Bubonic plague? It was A. Malaria. Question 14. What was the simplest of the 3 classical orders of Greek architecture? A. Doric, B. Ionic, or C. Corinthian? It was A. Doric. Question 15. In the German language, all nouns are capitalized. Is that true or false? It's true. Question 16. What was the first name of Dixon in TV's Dixon of Dock Green? A. James, B. Edward, or C. George? It was C. George. Question 17. What type of creature is a falabella? A. Horse, B. Monkey, or C. Dog? It was A. Horse. Question 18. What was the original name of the Canadian city of Toronto? A. York, B. Bath, or C. Lincoln? The answer is A. York. Question 19. Which of the following is a small groove that forms part of the tread pattern on a tyre? A. Clint, B. Sipe, or C. Grike? It's B. Sipe. Question 20. American Indians had a ceremonial tomahawk with a pipe bowl and a hollow handle that could be used for smoking. Is that true or false? It's true. Question 21. Which of the following was a UK #1 hit for Anthony Newley in 1960? A. Why, B. How, or C. When? It was A. Why. Question 22. Used in salads, what is succory more commonly called? A. Cos lettuce, B. Chicory, or C. Rocket? It's B. Chicory. Question 23. Which Irish port is the usual ferry terminal for ferries from Fishguard? A. Dún Laoghaire, B. Cork, or C. Rosslare? It's C. Rosslare. Question 24. Jan Tinbergen and Ragnar Frisch were the first winners of which of the Nobel Prizes? A. Peace, B. Economics, or C. Medicine? It was B. Economics. Question 25. Epsom salts are the mineral form of magnesium carbonate. Is that true or false? It's false. It's magnesium sulfate. Question 26. What was the former name of Ho Chi Minh City? A. Hanoi, B. Vientiane, or C. Saigon? It was C. Saigon. Question 27. In which Pacific country might one visit the hot springs and boiling mud of Rotorua? A. Japan, B. New Zealand, or C. Australia? It's B. New Zealand. Question 28. Often worn by the ancient Romans to accompany the toga, what were calcii? A. Laurel wreaths, B. High shoes, or C. Protective tunics? They were B. High shoes. Question 29. Which river does the town of Dorchester stand upon? A. Test, B. Axe, or C. Froome? The answer is C. Froome. Question 30. There are only 2 types of mammal that lay eggs. Is that true or false? It's true. And after 30 questions, the scores are as follows. Gabi has 53%, Vincent has 57%, and Stanley has 80%. Question 31. Which artist was famous for his portrayals of nightlife in the cafes and music halls of Montmartre, Paris? A. Renoir, B. Degas, or C. Toulouse-Lautrec? It was C. Toulouse-Lautrec. Question 32. Located in South America, what is the Gran Chaco? A. A saltwater lake, B. A waterfall, or C. A low-lying plain? It's C. A low-lying plain. Question 33. Which US newspaper won a Pulitzer Prize for its reporting of the Watergate scandal? A. New York Times, B. Washington Post, or C. National Enquirer? It was B. Washington Post. Question 34. The island of Ushant is part of which country? A. Belgium, B. Netherlands, or C. France? It's C. France. Question 35. The Three Musketeers was written by Alexandre Dumas the Younger, known as Dumas Fils. Is that true or false? It's false. It was written by his father, Dumas Père. Question 36. Which part of the human body is the least sensitive to touch? A. Behind the knee, B. End of the nose, or C. Back of the shoulders? It's C. Back of the shoulders. Question 37. What is the name of the character played by Julia Roberts in the film Pretty Woman? A. Shelby, B. Laura, or C. Vivian? It's C. Vivian. Question 38. Who wrote the then scandalous novel of the 1960s, Portnoy's Complaint? A. Philip Roth, B. Joseph Heller, or C. Allen Ginsberg? It was A. Philip Roth. Question 39. Famous for a World War II battle, in which group of islands is Guadalcanal? A. Solomon Islands, B. New Caledonia, or C. Marshall Islands? It's A. Solomon Islands. Question 40. Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly the Atlantic as a passenger. Is that true or false? It's true. Question 41. Apart from leek, what other vegetable is a main ingredient of the cold soup vichyssoise? A. Celery, B. Potato, or C. Red cabbage? It's B. Potato. Question 42. Which is the largest of the Scottish lochs? A. Ness, B. Lomond, or C. Tay? It's B. Lomond. Question 43. Which Russian novelist wrote 3 semi-autobiographical novels entitled Childhood, Boyhood, and Youth? A. Tolstoy, B. Turgenev, or C. Dostoevsky? It was A. Tolstoy. Question 44. What number jersey would an open-side flanker usually wear in a game of rugby union? A. 5, B. 6, or C. 7? It's C. 7. Question 45. Vintage ports are usually aged in the cask, not in the bottle. Is that true or false? It's false. Question 46. What was the name of Dwayne Eddy's backing group? A. The Mutineers, B. The Heretics, or C. The Rebels? It was C. The Rebels. Question 47. In Roman legend, who was the mother of Romulus and Remus? A. Rhea, B. Fortuna, or C. Vesta? It was A. Rhea. Question 48. Where did the Knights of St. John defend against the Ottoman Turks in an epic siege of 1565? A. Rhodes, B. Malta, or C. Constantinople? It was B. Malta. Question 49. Which of the following films starring Elvis Presley was the last to be made? A. Girls, 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 B. Girl Happy, or C. The Trouble with Girls? It was C. The Trouble with Girls. Question 50. During their courtship ritual, male puffins collapse quivering to the ground when a female approaches. Is that true or false? It's false. Halfway through and the scores are as follows. Gabi has 50%, Vincent has 50%, and Stanley has 70%. Join us after the break for the second half of today's game.
This week for the World Cup, Tesco are cutting the price of fresh and frozen pizzas by 20%. And that's just one of over 500 special offers available every week. But hurry. They won't be around forever. Tesco. Every little helps.
Kumemeza abantu bonke mandulo kumemeza abantu abadala kangaka webantwana nisalalele nga
umbiko wokufika kwentokozo enkulu
abawami
beshola sokulanda simemezena zwelinye sithi ifikile inkosi yamakhosi silandele khona sizophumelela.
Don't miss out on the latest collection from Kay's. It's full of inspiration with a wide range of length and fit. For when you need to look the business, indulge yourself. Or when you're ready for action, over 80 pages of children's wear, top brands for men, and bright ideas for your home. With interest-free credit and 20% off your first order. Call 0800 068 1234 for your free Kay's catalogue. Now.
The best 60s summer ever. 54 of the greatest hits on the album of the decade. The finest summer memories. The best summer songs. It can only be the best 60s summer ever.
Why would you want to pay up to twice what you need for international calls? When we can save you money without even touching your phone. So think first. First Telecom. Call 0800 458 1111.
If you've been hurt in an accident in the last 3 years and it was someone else's fault, you could be entitled to compensation. Our specialist solicitors helped Kirsty Tagg after a car accident. She got £8,000. Eric Pollock called us after a bad fall at work. He got £6,000. Call the National Accident Helpline on 0800 556 557 to find out free if you can claim. Call 0800 556 557.
Welcome back to 100% Gold. We're halfway through and the scores are as follows. Garby has 50%, Vincent has 50%, and Stanley has 70%. From now on, I'll give updates of the scores, but without revealing who has scored what. The game continues with question 51. Who poisoned Regan in Shakespeare's King Lear? A. Cordelia, B. King Lear, or C. Goneril? It was C. Goneril. Question 52. What was the name of the prototype submarine designed by David Bushnell during the American Revolution? A. Dolphin, B. Turtle, or C. Nautilus? It was B. Turtle. Question 53. Who won the men's Olympic gold medal at 800 metres in 1960 and at 800 metres and 1,500 metres in 1964? A. Herbal Elliott, B. John Landy, or C. Peter Snell? It was C. Peter Snell. Question 54. Which member of the Austrian royal house was the husband of Countess Sophie Chotek? A. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, B. Crown Prince Rudolph, or C. Emperor Karl I? It was A. Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Question 55. The word mausoleum takes its name from the Greek word morsalos, meaning remember. Is that true or false? It's false. Question 56. Which of the following is not one of Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings trilogy of novels? A. The Return of the King, B. The Two Towers, or C. The Silmarillion? It's C. The Silmarillion. Question 57. What relation was unsuccessful rebel, the Duke of Monmouth, to King Charles II? A. Son, B. Nephew, or C. Half-brother? It was A. Son. Question 58. What type of creature is a megrim? A. A flatfish, B. A wildcat, or C. A seabird? It's A. A flatfish. Question 59. According to Greek mythology, whom did Cronus castrate prior to becoming king of the gods? A. Zeus, B. Uranus, or C. Apollo? It was B, Uranus. Question 60. Monaco has an area of less than 1 square mile. Is that true or false? It's true, and after 60 questions, the scores are as follows. One of you has 47%, one of you has 55%, and one of you has 68%. Question 61. The name of which American state was the same as that of a #1 hit for the Bee Gees in 1967? A, Mississippi, B, Massachusetts, or C, Oklahoma? The answer is B, Massachusetts. Question 62. What character is played by George Clooney in TV's ER? A, Dr. Peter Benton, B, Dr. Douglas Ross, or C, Dr. Mark Green? It's B, Dr. Douglas Ross. Question 63. The people of the Southeast Asian island of Timor have been struggling for independence from which country? A, Indonesia, B, Malaysia, or C, Philippines? It's A, Indonesia. Question 64. Upon his return from playing in Italy, which London football team did Liam Brady join? A, West Ham, B, Arsenal, or C, Chelsea? It's A, West Ham. Question 65. A dish described as à la reine is traditionally made with venison. Is that true or false? It's false. It's made with chicken. Question 66. Which blood group includes the universal donor category? A, B, AB, or C, O? It's C, O. Question 67. The name of both the album and its performers, Tin Machine, was an attempt by whom to revive his career? A, Gary Glitter, B, Alvin Stardust, or C, David Bowie? It was C, David Bowie. Question 68. With which field of literature is the Frenchman Arthur Rimbaud most closely associated? A, drama, B, poetry, or C, biography? It's B, poetry. Question 69. The Tlingit are native North American Indians that live primarily in which region? A, Alaska, B, New England, or C, the Deep South? It's A, Alaska. Question 70. A contrail is a thin line of cloud that forms behind aircraft at high altitudes. Is that true or false? It's true. Question 71. What was the name of the first rescue ship to reach the Titanic after it struck the iceberg? A, Ancon, B, Olympic, or C, Carpathia? It was C, Carpathia. Question 72. The peaks of High Seat and Great Whernside are part of which range of hills? A, Pennines, B, Cheviots, or C, Cotswolds? It's A, Pennines. Question 73. Which famous painter died in the French town of Auvers-sur-Oise? A, Matisse, B, Rembrandt, or C, Van Gogh? It was C, Van Gogh. Question 74. What was the French Republican regime which succeeded the Reign of Terror? A, the Consulate, B, the Directory, or C, the Second Republic? It was B, the Directory. Question 75. Most tornadoes occur in spring in the late afternoon on hot, humid days. Is that true or false? It's true. Question 76. What was the name of the family dog in the children's TV program The Jetsons? A, Luna, B, Astro, or C, Cosmo? It was B, Astro. Question 77. Which dramatist wrote the comedy Charlie's Aunt? A, Brandon Thomas, B, Arthur Pinero, or C, W.S. Gilbert? It was A, Brandon Thomas. Question 78. In which century was the first Grand Lodge of the Freemasons established? A, 14th, B, 16th, or C, 18th? It was C, 18th. Question 79. Now a nature reserve, the island of Rottnest, lies off the coast of which country? A, Denmark, B, Australia, or C, Ecuador? It's B, Australia. Question 80. The Chi Lin in Chinese mythology is a creature similar to the leprechaun in Irish legend. Is that true or false? It's false. It's a unicorn. As we move into the final section of the game, the scores are as follows. One of you has 49%, one of you has 59%, and one of you has 66%. The last section of the game begins with question 81. In 1968, who became the lead singer of the US soul band The Commodores? A, Lionel Richie, B, Luther Vandross, or C, Teddy Pendergrass? It was A, Lionel Richie. Question 82. Which British actor made a guest appearance in TV's Cheers as a deranged marriage guidance counsellor? A. Dudley Moore, B. Benny Hill, or C. John Cleese? It was C. John Cleese. Question 83. Jacopo Robusti was the real name of which artist? A. Botticelli, B. Tintoretto, or C. Titian? It was B. Tintoretto. Question 84. Who was the King of England when the present millennium began? A. Edmund, B. Harold I, or C. Ethelred II? It was C. Ethelred II. Question 85. The longest boxing match on record lasted 110 rounds. Is that true or false? It's true. Question 86. Josip Broz Tito established a communist government in which European country after World War II? A. Czechoslovakia, B. Hungary, or C. Yugoslavia? It was C. Yugoslavia. Question 87. What is the main constituent of the Japanese dish sukiyaki? A. Seaweed, B. Bean curd, or C. Beef? It's C. Beef. Question 88. Located in Orion, by what name do we know the star Beta Orionis? A. Betelgeuse, B. Rigel, or C. Antares? It's B. Rigel. Question 89. What did the ancient Babylonians call Eta Menanke? A. The Tower of Babel, B. The Euphrates River, or C. The Hanging Gardens? It's A. The Tower of Babel. Question 90. St. Peter takes his name from the Latin for rock, and his original name was James. Is that true or false? It's false. Question 91. Which metal has the chemical symbol SN? A. Tin, B. Copper, or C. Nickel? It's A. Tin. Question 92. In Homer's Iliad, which major character is known as the son of Atreus? A. Agamemnon, B. Achilles, or C. Nestor? It's A. Agamemnon. Question 93. Which country was the scene of the Rif rebellions in the 1920s? A. Algeria, B. Morocco, or C. Transjordan? It was B. Morocco. Question 94. In which round did boxer Henry Cooper famously floor Muhammad Ali in 1963? A. Second, B. Third, or C. Fourth? It was C. Fourth. Question 95. Adenoids are actually a type of tonsil. Is that true or false? It's true. Question 96. What type of mammal is a vervet? A. Deer, B. Mouse, or C. Monkey? It's C. Monkey. Question 97. Which American forces opposed the British at the Battle of Concord in 1775? A. Secondmen, B. Minutemen, or C. Hourmen? It was B. Minutemen. Question 98. In Russia, a verst was a former measure of what? A. Liquid volume, B. Distance, or C. Weight? It was B. Distance. Question 99. Named after their discoverer, where would one find Fraunhofer's lines? A. The Sun, B. Mars, or C. The Moon? It's A. The Sun. And question 100. In 1982, a canine vocal group called the Wonder Dogs had a top 40 entry with the song Bark in the Park. Is that true or false? It's false. It was called Rough Mix. And at the end of today's game, one of you has 46%, one of you has 53%, and one of you has 65%. Gabi and Vincent, I'm afraid your scores weren't quite high enough, but thank you both for taking part. Stanley, congratulations. You're today's champion and have won £100. Will you return next time to play against two new contestants?
I'd love to, thank you.
Thanks for taking part, and we'll see you on the next edition of 100% Gold. Until then, goodbye.
Gloria talks to the man who talks and sings to the animals after the break.
Superstar Celine Dion performs her Titanic hit and see a different side of David Schwimmer.
Oprah's Making Friends, Wednesday 5:10 on 5.
While you're just sitting there, think of the fun you could be having. With 20% off your first order, the new Choice catalogue is out now. For your free copy, call 0500 666 111 today.
You'd think your dishwasher was clean, but limescale and grease collect where you can't reach. Finish Dishwasher Cleaner cleans the places you can't. Its dual action removes the grease and limescale. And a cleaner dishwasher means cleaner dishes. Finish Dishwasher Cleaner, our ultimate finish. For a voucher worth £1 off your next purchase, call free phone 0800 77 90 20.